Okay, straight in. So Vitality on defense, FUT on attack. And yeah, for the VOD watchers, the main change from the other games is these three roles. They were kind of playing their old roles, main roles, instead of whatever they were trying this event with Safe on Sentinel. Love this Lurk smoke. But it kind of looks like the attackers did this smoke. Damn, Sender actually gets two though. That was nice shots, bro. Sometimes I say that teams want to start on an attack just because it's more loose via aim, like you don't have as much pressure on the shots, but Sender there, absolutely fine with it.
I think they're going to go to this retake pretty damn quickly. The second this one-way fades bad.
One enemy
safe for a shot, and now Krax has to do it alone. We highlighted them earlier. A couple of players low, one taken down, but it's not going to be
really
good
nice
enough.
pistol from him. Yeah, I
Vitality.
mean Sender did the majority here really. He kind of gets one more than he should have been getting. This smoke was weird on attack though. Because I think this is the defense smoke that you normally throw to Lurk in. But I'm pretty sure the attackers for it, so I don't know what went on there. And if that's on purpose, could be. And then your plan is one person just hides in it while everyone else goes sight, because you know they're gonna flood. I don't know. We might not ever know. I'll keep an eye for their next BE hit, but I think it might have just been one to throw them off.
So it makes Ascent actually one of those.
I was literally about to say there's a sheriff out, and that is 1-0 for the Jet Jaws.
Both of these teams, you can't count out their pistols. I think there's a few of them that can do quite a bit. Sender on the one side, CNED on the other. I think there's a lot to look out for all the time. So if this
does CNED want this into they switch?
All the way, they can't rest a single moment.
No, and bear in mind that because
these have
got such strong.
I think I'm not sure what pistol he ends up with here. I think he's got a classic now as well. So yeah, they do well to pick up a gun here. Bro, Safe should be pretty nervous now at the moment in terms of like this is a rough spot to be in.
Gets a dagger out before he has to fall back.
Yeah, a lot better now the kicks is here, but the pressure over towards short means that the rotate comes in. So as we can see, this is incredible right now in terms of B split.
Sender did a very good job on the pistol round and just staying alive and waiting for the rotation.
Let me turn the casters up slightly.
He's going to have to do it once again, and the safest when he gets challenged on short away.
30
Spike
seconds
is
left.
sticking around towards short, so they haven't really made their minds up yet, unless they wanted that to be the fake.
There is not much time left at all, actually, for Sender. The pressure's going to get more and more, especially now he knows that there is no way this isn't an attack towards this B site.
Nanoswarm's going to delay it even further. Kicks is an opportunity to rain upon them with the
smoke.
This is going to be like holding out with the smoke. Oh, Sender coming alive. Quick kills going their way. Vitality.
This is a great start from Sender. He's like 2 or 3 away from his ult at the moment. I feel like Sender and Destrian are probably the two in this team that maybe have the most questions. Destrian ended last season playing very well, and Sender's now IGL. So if he can keep this frag mode IGLing, that's ridiculous.
Really giving a bit of impact here.
Right here.
It counts as the stair peak as well. Talk about the smoke. Yeah, I mean it does block the vision there as well. I think it was just for the pistol. I guess if you like set to play around it, it's honestly not too bad. Right, big buy for FUT. Otherwise, bonus. Map's out of control. Map's done. Here comes it.
And in a land environment like this, it could be a better position for them to be in. At a captain, might be in trouble here.
Oh boy. Did he think that Destrian's TP was in the smoke or something? That was very bold. I like this from FUT though. Knife hit. So they do the knife. They did knife over towards A, right? And then because it hit, they did drone. I think that's right. So I think that's what went down. Either way, it looked pretty nice. Safe got lost in the source there. Yeah, that was. It was a bonus though, so maybe he's trying to take a risk that he's in the smoke fast, but majority of the time he's going to get spammed down there. Or him thinking as the TP comes in, someone's going to try wide swing into it, so that he can catch that person off.
as they do look to push. Runner.
I mean, Vitality definitely showing that it's a bonus round. They're doing a lot of bold stuff.
Destrian has to deliver here. Just looks like Sender make
Why does this guy just want everyone on the A site every time I watch him?
Now he's really got to find some kills.
Captain triples up. Destrian finds his way back in, but missed the fall.
Pretty good there.
The final say in
Yeah,
that one.
I'm telling you, Ata's aim on A site for some reason, he actually doesn't miss on this site.
Remember they went into it with
It's a very good bonus in the end, considering the start from it. Really good damage.
Now rifles come out themselves. This is where they either respond quickly or they started giving FUT the momentum that a team like this thrives on.
Right here. Right here.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about momentum. FUT had some interesting moments playing throughout this tournament, right? Whether that was against True Rippers, whether that was against Gen G. Both of those teams managed to challenge them in ways that I didn't think were expected. Maybe Gen G less so, right? You know, a lot of Korean firepower. Seen it opening pick for this one. But yeah, it's that tempo.
So yeah, big buy round. They lose their smoker this early on.
Has been able to come back from it,
this is back-to-back rounds where they wanted to play over towards Wine early. So game plan was just heavy. They were told at the beginning, heavy game plan, we're going to fight over towards A main. And that has been kind of wrecked instantly. So I like this from FUT. But yeah, no smokers on this one. You should see Vitality play pretty well, huh? At least the retake is going to be...
Spike down mid.
And only one to defend the safe side. Runner alone, he's heard the dash nearby, but he's also got to account for the position in main. Moves down, cloud burst to try and conceal the position from that recon, but still unable to get the kill.
Okay, 2v3 retake with an op.
They need this first kill very damn quickly, otherwise they're going to be left in a horrible...
Oh! Seen it. Good spray transfer, but not good enough for the kill. Kicks instead, square things up. And
wait, it's a good kill.
One too, actually, a close one. Kicks looking to ease up. It's all about timing and able to pick off cracks. Nice first shot. Tries to open up that angle. Runner realizes I can't do this with an op. Has to back out.
Wants to save, and this is a 2 full loss bonus on top of all this. Yeah, that's an eco, but it's an okay eco. They can put some sheriff's armor into it. I mean, yeah, this was kind of done from the start here. As soon as your smoke goes down, it's a bit of a nightmare on defense.
I'm interested.
I kind of like Vitality's aggression over towards middle, where they just body systemed and got a trade out. Maybe a little bit unlucky to smoke the first kill. I think it's a different round if that happens.
The crowd supports here. So I'm going to do an experiment. I want you guys to make some noise for Vitality and FUT respectively, but let's start it off with Vitality. Who's here to see them win?
Seeing that is entering now, maybe they'll talk about it after.
All right, let's give it a go for FUT.
Yeah, he's definitely sending it a little bit more.
Oh, I think Vitality slightly have it there. I'll have to see, though, because Captain has that from the shadows available.
So yeah, again, game plan so far, definitely we want to shut down A main. This team without A main, and maybe when they've been looking at FUT, get wrecked. Basically, maybe their A hit's too strong and they feel like they have a better chance of just fighting over towards A main. That would kind of explain why Safe did the madness on the bonus round as well. And why we tried to play double,
quite important.
It's unlucky.
Runner very eager to get a pick here. Oh, successful in doing that. In and out.
Should Atra got him there? Runner added in like a weird crouch here. You know, when he did this peek, he added in like a weird crouch, which kind of felt like helped him dodge some of the bullets. I mean, we're not going to see it, but I would have liked to have seen it from Atra. No smokes now to enter over towards the site. It's like the other round reversed. He's put an ult into it though to try and get in.
I don't think he's figured out any of the positions just yet. Seen it onto site. Vitality. Again, relying on very little here.
That's kind of nice.
So the rotate from Runner comes in soon enough, and there may be a chance.
There's defensive smoke on top of there.
Well timed kicks, forced to not see no more. Runner though,
kind
he's
of
already here,
can't
but
peek
Krax
out.
wants to put an end to that one. Still, they haven't pushed into the site entirely, so Destrian is going to cause more issues. Vitality on the verge of winning off a pistol round here, but Krax doesn't let that happen.
How does Krax got so many in?
1v2, a Sheriff and a Dream.
Remember that Krax is low on HP.
Has op as well.
By all means winnable, and Safe's even able to retrieve an operator, make that a Vandal. The odds slowly get better for him.
Safe, I believe, may have more experience than any of the other players with Vitality, at least on global stages. Can he make it work this time around? No,
Nicely handled from them. That's a lot of down to cracks. This is a
and that's a round for
4v5, no
FUT.
smoke. They enter over towards the site. I do think Vitality in terms of, you know, when you take out the, and maybe they didn't have enough time, but when you take out the smoke, you should be prioritizing more of the crossfires. Whereas they played like they had smokes and they accepted that they were gonna get smoked off in these two areas. And maybe it was because FUT were just too fast. To actually like make sure they couldn't capitalize on these positions. But yeah, Vitality, my goodness, man, they fight for A main all the time.
Look at that. Gone behind him.
Someone was talking about this in stream the other day, that when they have an Omen ult, they always insta-send it. Like their Omen ult is always within the first 10 seconds. But
back into life, safe onto site. I don't think they know he's here. Never mind, Mr. Fallen is well aware. Had a captain still up coast, but drops back in time.
Cracks looks really good though today.
Time and time again.
Once again, Vitality have to back
I talked about, but I only talked about it because someone in chat put it.
As FUT make it 4,
So I
and they
didn't
make
want to
it
take
4
full
in a
credit.
lovely fashion there. The fact that we're able to see such a convincing execution off the back of those ults.
I can't say.
He commits that
What's going on?
very early on to make sure that once
Is it?
when the shadows comes out from Captain, there's
It's a
no
huge round.
response from ultimate.
Yeah, it was a nice round from them.
Lockdown. And so
Feels like
Vitality,
if
they
they're
don't have
heavy
to rely on their
prioritizing
aim,
over
they're
towards
being
A
played
main
from
as
two
well,
angles,
then the
and
Omen
FUT
ult
just works out.
makes a lot of
To
sense.
be honest,
I do think that
never knew
Ascent
was
won
corner
like
in spawn.
a
I never knew
massive
that was
important
the
duel
take.
as well. Well,
He knows
three.
everyone's right after it. Steal them at least. Shotgun might want to soften them up, but no, it doesn't reach the mark. Tables interrupt that effort. So Vitality won't survive with any of that round, and FUT are able to square a couple in a row.
Yeah, and it's that momentum we were talking
How
about.
to get
and
rights for
what's
co-stream?
worrying for
I
me
mean, it
actually
depends on
is
every
that
different
CNED
event,
isn't
bro.
the one who's
For this one, I had to fill
spearheading
out a
those
form.
attacks. He was the one
It was
who fell
on
fairly early
Twitter.
on. He was the first pick of the round. The fact that Grax, the fact that Captain, the fact that Fallen, but the fact that all of them are coming online and pulling their own weight makes me think that for FUT, the questions we had about if the team has impact after CNED are being answered very, very early on into this series. Vitality still with a lot of ults to play with, though. It's the economy which seems to be the restriction for them.
My goodness, plucked.
And maybe the man count as well, Pavlos.
Runner will think twice before doing that one again.
Cover going out.
I'm already loving how this duel is shaping up between Runner and CNED. Both of them sort of going blow for blow for the time being.
It's just a low buy for Vitality, and this is a chance for to get so much money. Like they've already got a lot of money. They've already got a lot of money. They've already got a lot of rounds, considering there's only been 6 so far.
Blown back by the fact that FUT are playing so slow this game.
Yeah, it's a complete characteristic 180 from them. Sender this time not even playing on site.
And the rolls are still fine, but they're on double controller on each map and probably made it more comfortable.
Up against the likes of CNED, I mean,
So you think when there's double controller, Sender plays the other smoke instead
look how slow this is, Pavlos.
Yeah.
30 seconds left, they're only just leaving.
Bro, CNED's looking kind of crispy with a rifle at the moment. And he is
How
doing
where he is.
a lot of the opposite of what we saw in the last Ascent game.
Obviously they're on a lesser buy.
Like he's actually sending it in.
The FUT have done a solid job keeping this very clean.
Yeah, they play it masterfully. They know because of Vitality's weaker buy, because the Blade Storm came out so soon. It was just
Yeah, it's gonna be a lovely round, dude. Look at this. We've got this. Everyone's HP is good. No one's in a good position. They want to try and get some exits because they know they need to do some damage, but
only really a bulldog on Destrian that you have to worry about if you're FUT.
For Vitality, I'm already wondering what they can do the next round to counteract.
someone clipped and shipped my video. Which one?
Trying to disrupt it.
Oh no, what did I say now?
Did try to bring up some aggression earlier on. Didn't quite work out. Destrian, you sneaky man. Oh!
Oh,
Good attempt, nice try, but I think the paranoia missed the mark on one of those two players. And that means
Alright,
he
not too
will
bad.
be falling.
FUT actually get out in what could have been a disastrous exit for them there. Bearing in
predictions
mind
for
that
this match?
2 of their exits were covered.
I guess Vitality should. I actually think this might go
That is a
5
great
maps.
audience. I think it's full attendance.
I want to say Vitality win overall 3-2, but
with this one, I believe Vitality
I think they had harder opponents. I mean, I think they had easier opponents, so they looked a little bit inflated in terms of how good they looked.
Bear in mind that because FUT are playing so slowly, you have to really rely on the fact that come that sort of 30-second mark.
Yeah, let's go for a Vitality like 3-2.
You have to hold on to that util and use it to delay these attacks, because when you are playing against someone so slow, you feel almost compelled to force a fight. But as FUT have shown, that's exactly their game plan.
we got the mic on in there as well. Damn.
FUT on the other hand,
webcam mic.
Pretty steady stuff, and I think with this low in tempo, it must have been something that was discussed from the previous days, right? Obviously, this tournament is an opportunity for them to rectify mistakes, figure out where their weaknesses are, kind of be as prepped as possible for the upcoming VCT EMEA season. And I think one of the weaknesses that they did figure out is that they don't take enough time to speak with each other. You know, at the start of the, start of the week, maybe they were a bit fractured.
So Vitality do a timeout on this one, so maybe their whole original game plan of trying to fight A main is pretty much backfired. It felt like they lost a lot of jewels over towards there.
Bear in mind they are going up against an operator and an Odin, split between
yeah, maybe not though, because he wanted to get a little bit aggro, but
Runner's going to be tested very,
then we just straight up hit this.
Early peak shuts down yet
no sound chat, I imagine it's coming.
Followed up by the Hunter's Fury here, Kicks even able to get Capital.
Oh, that was a nice second shot there, that was so close.
Oh, what a shot by Destrian. And now Vitality are looking well strong. FUT have been granted space. They don't really want to do that. Aldrome will be
played a lot more passive on this one. The op has been on Heaven before, but this was a little bit more committed. That was a lovely play. Oh my goodness, in the 2v5 that was a lovely play. That could have actually gone way better.
We'll have to do this all by himself. That's a first.
Imagine it.
Wait a minute. No.
Okay, nice discipline from them. We're just all holding this, waiting for him to make a move as well. That was nice. Still think the move in the 2v5 is pretty cool.
It's very easy to panic, to see that there's one player left. Okay, you don't want to give him the space, you need to overwhelm him, and a lot of players fall into the trap of accidentally splitting up while trying to overwhelm that final player. But no, they completely slow the tempo. They know that fights have to be taken with them. They stack up, safe on the high ground, I believe on center on the low ground. Well, a third for Vitality. They're still 2 rounds down, and interestingly enough, FUT, or specifically CNED, isn't going for these operator buys, and it's instead sticking to the rifle.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's been very nice, to be honest.
Get a little bit rough.
Like, I much prefer FUT when they're playing like this. We've seen it kind of in the pack. To an extent, he still has a little bit of freedom. Man, are they really just straight up A hitting again? Same setup for Vitality.
It's exactly what they've been trying to do for a while. FUT throwing down their lockdown. Secure the
Knife was good. We'll keep an eye on the Killjoy, because honestly Killjoy might be able to get a lot from this. There are pings here though. Like, it looks like Vitality are relatively on top of the chance of this someone over towards middle. We've got Killjoy. Oh.
How do FUT respond? It's only Cracks that try and deal with it. Police has Yetajay to his side on short. They expect it. No, they don't. Yetajay, good shot to Sender. Trying to take down the lockdown.
It's kind of tanky. Kind of tanky behind that box.
Oh no! Mistakes made, and Vitality can take over the A site without a captain looking in despair.
Yeah, I mean, it tanked a lot of bullets. I'm not even mad at him, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the fast spray was slightly missing.
Saw that it was actually 2 instead of 1, and then he just
so he could have handled it a little bit better.
And I guess by process of elimination as well, if that second player is tagged by it, it's likely that they were initially hiding, told not to bother hiding because the lockdown was going to get destroyed. Bit of a whiff, is punished by Vitality, and I mean, they respond instantly. Great job off the back of that timeout as well. And to see how FUT, they respond instantly.
And honestly though, at least FUT had a pretty good plan into this one in terms of the ult, but Vitality had the same thing. This was relatively, and this is a close round if that spray on the ult hits.
Got a hold of these timeouts, you know. And I think momentum was something that was illustrated in yesterday's match with
yeah, his first spray missed it.
Right, I think that matchup was all about momentum. Once that, you know, when Gen G had it all rolling for them, it all worked brilliantly. as soon as there's some sort of timeout, it could have disrupted that flow. And I think you could say the exact same thing for Furia. And FUT being the team that they are and the experience that they've had together, and you know, the playstyle that they elect to choose, it's very momentum based. And for them to be able to draw it back in their favor would be really sharp.
Yes, it would be.
Why does the EMEA have so many more fast food sponsors? Yeah, Giants is the other one, right?
Genuinely, anything more
Giants has like all the food.
Very common scoreline.
Giants has like chocolate bars.
If you are FUT, I think now you have to.
They got everything.
That this is a long. This is
I think they actually have three
three
food sponsors, right?
And I think for FUT, it's now a matter
think
of
that's
can he preserve Grax? Can he preserve CNED? Can he make sure the pressure doesn't get too much? Because if you start feeling the pressure in map 1, how are you going to feel on map 3? How are you going to feel on map 5?
Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
Okay, Odin comes out. It's interesting to see that Odin is primarily on the KO, who rotates instead of the
So we're seeing a bit of a difference of approach.
Instead of the
Early
silver.
B main presence, and now this time around, looking to move on short. But for Runner, that's exactly what he wanted, because that's where he was holding his angle.
Runner's been pretty good for the first kills at the moment, at least since the pause.
Runner's had a little bit more impact than CNED has this round, Pavlos.
Yeah, it's a bit come and go, and for Runner, it feels like he's really enjoying having that big gun on him. I'm a big fan of the Odin on safe, though.
I was going to say, I wonder if Mr. Fallon wanted to use another... I think Mr. Fallon was honestly about like 2 seconds away, maybe even less, from using his Sova ult for them to enter over towards the site here. So I think that KO ult came at the most perfect time.
They want Vitality to keep deploying beats to utility. Unfortunately for CNED, it's more than utility Pavlos. It's
I mean, there's a nice...
into the 4 versus 3 now.
I mean, that was nice. Paper Fin walls. I don't actually think I've seen this wall bang yet. I mean, I have, but maybe not from this angle.
30 seconds
We'll always
left.
see it from a lane.
Mr. Fallon picks it up, though.
Imagine they win this 3v5, because honestly, Safe is on his own. It says that. Lovely. This is a 3v5, by the way. They now know the Omen's over towards site. If they had more time, they would probably cancel.
Take it down, but Runner's got his
Destrian's low though. 6 seconds?
Runner looking to close up the gap, or no, that might be a mistake by him. And now Kicks
he went for the spam instead of swinging. That was unlucky. He knew he was low, maybe didn't know how low the other enemy was. That was very close for a 3v5 though. I feel like FUT did very well to actually make this one doable.
Survival there was imperative to the victory in that round, and I think for Vitality, they've done a real
that was really close. There was 3 seconds on this.
Realize that they're going to win on time and instantly adapt to it the moment it becomes a possibility, something which a lot of other teams are a little bit hesitant to do, especially teams that come out of VMEA.
It's so true, so true. And I think for both of these teams, the narrative is that they want to do better than us. Yeah. Right? For successful, you would say overall, but they're hungry for more. Vitality, I wouldn't call that successful, right? Didn't qualify to international.
This is nice from Safe. Again, just before you get hit by the KO, if you have a util in your hand, you can always throw it. Same with KO. So as soon as he heard that hit, he just got his knife out and just managed to get it off, even though he was going to get hit.
He's vigilant about it, but is he wary of it?
I think the bigger question may be if Vitality have got the right idea.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they're positioning a lot of their players towards this right-hand side of the map.
I think you can get away with it, especially.
Yeah, they got a lot of people here. Maybe, honestly, maybe FUT are a little bit readable with some of their ults.
Quite a self-sustainable position here.
Right here.
Because what is this? Omen ult every time over towards A, Sova ult every time over towards B. KO ult maybe every time over towards A, because this is such an over-rotate. And they do have early information over towards B though.
Little did he know if he could pull the trigger there, it would have been his. But no, CNED instead pushes towards the side. He's alone for now, but now he's got friends with him. Safe, denies him, kicks from an upper level. Still to be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, Chad, there's too many people here.
Available, there's no way CNED can bring it back. Tries to bait for it. Oh, not quicker enough. Yellowjay, the prodigy. One found, but Sender is there quick enough.
Yeah, I mean, this is just they gambled a little bit. There was a opening over towards middle for sure. But yeah, I wonder if there's some tendencies of FUT for sure. Could even just be the fact, like, if they take A main, they just always hit over towards A site, which honestly, they do a lot.
So brave way to play, a selfless way to play, and the fact that he's able to deliver despite that is damn impressive.
Eyes up.
It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Now for a 7-5 score, I think, you know, if Vitality are able to pick that up, considering how late they were to actually be present in this game, to actually get a read on FUT, would be quite impressive. Oh, come on.
My goodness, he melted him. Oh, bro.
This is a shade buff, for sure. Sender. Oh, no, no, took the corner save! Oh, Sender, stop it! What a cheeky man, safe as well, shoots upon main. And Runner wants to make it all clean.
Well, that one looked easy. Honestly, I think they won every single round since Vitality called the timeout. Honestly, once they stopped with their A main aggression and trying to like fight A main a lot, which they didn't look too uncomfy with it, but it didn't work.
Bear in mind that their road here was a little bit shakier than Vitality.
Yeah, they won every single round since the timeout. Since honestly, they probably started playing like that's how you would imagine they would play most of their default in terms of not practice. So yeah, it was definitely a game plan coming in there that maybe cost them a few rounds because their actual normal play looked pretty good. But they also needed money to get Odin and Op out. So I think to play like this was kind of fine as well.
One of the reasons that they were able to do that is because they had a very coordinated team.
Phil will be fine with 5. Yeah, I mean, this is the most average. This is at least what used to be the standard on this map. Maybe I should do stats at one point and run it back and actually see like what is the set half for each map. But I would say it used to be 7-5. Teams these days seem to get a lot more in attack than normal.
It depends what their schedule looks like going into next year. If sort of going into the new year, we see them on boot camp together, we see them living together.
Safe, yeah, Safe's looking a lot younger now. He has no beard, right?
Bear in mind that their coaching staff, their support staff is all extremely damn good. It's sort of, FUT is the coalescence of the best in Turkey. So they have all the pieces to make it work. I think it's going to come down to how soon they start practicing in the new year.
Little frenzy? We sending this somewhere?
And at least for here, I'm sure they'll want to taste a little bit of victory.
That would make it that bit sweeter, wouldn't it, Pavlos?
It really would.
Going into our second half, Vitality 7-5 in the lead, looking to continue this success on their opponent's map pick of Ascent. Remember, our next map being Sunset, Vitality's map pick. So for them, at least psychologically, it's only going to get easier.
Vitality moving towards.
What do I think about Safe on the flex roll? I mean, you want everyone to be playing the role that they want to be playing. He's like come out publicly and said he doesn't want to be playing duelist, so should be the perfect role really. If he doesn't want to be playing duelist, bit of freedom in terms of being able to help yourself and you can help the team. Second comms works well in terms of second calling. Oh, this is a nice Omen flash. Yeah, because they wouldn't have heard him drop with the Omen flash as well. What the hell is that molly?
Will have a difficult time, but look how quickly FUT have rotated over.
The utility doing a lot of
yeah, Mispan had a ring shock on this one as well.
Vitality, they have the space to potentially tap a plant here.
The moment that they do, though, FUT know that there's one less player.
Do they wanna? So it's like, do they wanna use the for the recon on the attack, which now doesn't really matter because they both got hit by the knife. I was gonna say, do they wanna try and use it before they plant, just in case the knife comes in, or they feel like they need to get a kill?
They're both together, brothers in arms. Spike touch, putting pressure on the Vitality players, but they actually went out on their duels. Same doubles up, kicks with the other, and Vitality gets the 2v3.
Oh my goodness. And they kind of, it was like, they were in terms of FUT here, they were a little bit not on the same page, I would say, because they did the right thing. They went over towards the site, they tapped the spike. It's not a good plant. Then they got the information with the jiggle peak that there was 2 under. But then instead of like holding a hard crossfire for them to run out and check if the spike is getting fulled or halved, they did like angles where it was still a 50-50 duel.
Going around, putting Sender on Killjoy this time around, it was a decision.
I think honestly the person, don't know what the comms were like, but I feel like that jiggle peak saw both. Once you fake the spike there, I think you just gotta fill it.
So even though admittedly Vitality
try and half it at the very least.
Issues, it seems that the chemistry is there.
It's almost like the role issues have sort of ironed themselves out. the longer this tournament has gone on for.
And that's the importance of having a lot of flex players in your team, you know, being able to pull out different roles, being adaptive to the meta. I think Global Esports also, you know, being 180 on their decision.
Is safe flex? I thought it was Sentinel now. Yeah, they've been mixing up a little bit. We'll see in this best of 5. But he gave away a little bit in terms of his interview. He said that they might change it.
Yeah, he's the only guy on the,
which I'm sure the coach was very happy about. When teams look at some of this tournament trying to work out to anti them, and he just goes, yeah, well, I'm playing a different role there.
Players looking at him, gets one down with him. Hasn't actually dropped, sticks to position, kicks, reads it.
Aggro Killjoy. Took a lot of space considering the numbers, though. There's actually a pretty good round. Keep an eye on the time. Time is really, really low right now. Cracks only has a classic, though. Jet might get here in time. Seeing that as Marshall. It's a great smoke for Cracks to play around. It's a great smoke for him to play around. Also gives CNET some good angles. So
this is not as comfortable as it should be.
It's taking them a while to break this wall. Right here. Can they coordinate the drop? Just looking at what they have available. There's no recon. Maybe they're waiting for the next chance that pops up. But in the matter of time, Kicks is able to find another, making this endeavor slightly more lenient in Vitality's favor.
Last player standing.
Hot skip and a jump to death. At a captain, the only one alive, but it's barely got any health on him.
I mean, Atas did like 2 of the best smokes you could possibly do in these situations. Like the smoke over towards site to kind of give Cracks something to play around was like perfect, and then this smoke towards the back to block vision, and then a similar thing in terms of tapping the spike and making sure they had to actually just rush out through the smoke to get vision on it. So this one on the defense, and then this one at the back here. And smoke players are getting a lot better at that, right? Kind of everyone at least a pro player gets like the normal smokes in terms of what you should be doing on the normal smokes, but these reactive smokes are normally the one that makes a big difference at the moment. Like just being able to help out a teammate that is in trouble, that is probably only going to get one, or like basically just completely wrecked, getting overwhelmed. Like giving them a smoke really ups the chances of them getting way more. Like the possibilities of plays goes up like tenfold.
We played on Frankfurt servers. We know how good servers are on this map.
This is a nice sight here.
No, it's still a 1-1 at the end of the day, but look at Cracks just not killing them. Smokes just pushing them all day or night.
Still only a 2v2 here.
Even though he's got the high ground here, there's a smoke rather blocking his vision. Drops. Scenic masking his drop. Good micro play. Do they spot him? No, they don't. And a captain with one, Mr. Fallen.
Nicely done in the 2v2. Cracks, in terms of FUT, Cracks was an absolute hero here. Like the flash through, almost, to be honest, got free.
Then almost put a fuse on the round. I think once they heard that first player drop, once they heard that captain had already come down, they were worried about being outflanked, and it makes a lot of sense.
The FUT house, a lot of focused faces over there. But yeah, for sure. I love the fact that these teams, you know, always put get watch parties out. I think the Turkish teams have been some of the best, from being the most impressive ones.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and this play always looks a little bit weird. They did a different variation of it. Normally this variation is like KO flash over Omen TP, and then you swing. It's normally something that teams try on a bonus. It has started to become like just one of those strats that people add in, you know, like a vision strikers on defense as well, or like the EG over towards here. Yeah, this one was Omen flash and then flash, but without the TP. So you do an Omen flash instead of the TP. So it didn't look too bad. Definitely once he heard like a lot of firing, he was out of there. CNET got a little bit unlucky to not get this kill, to be honest. One extra bullet there, it's done.
messing with FUT here, making them confused about where the actual setup is going to end up being.
Yeah, the Killjoy gets a lot of damage done to them, but they just exchange utility towards B main. And
this has been pretty nice from Vitality though in terms of like map control. I don't know what went over towards B main, but they are very on top of this still with the free passing stack. I guess because maybe they know it's where the Omen's going. I mean, that knife is fantastic, bro. Yeah, look, the util from FUT right now is incredible. Still gonna get some kills here, though. Oh my goodness.
World of work. And FUT may be behind, but at least
oh god. How is that a headshot? Oh, they actually have time to get this plant. Yeah, they just get it.
Yesterday, faking his movement to heaven. Is he going to get picked? 7 bullets. He's got 2 of them in front of him. What a shot, but cannot.
Not enough bullets to do this one as well. It was close, like really close. I can't believe Vitality win this round. I'm not gonna lie. Low HP from the B duel, low HP from the double shock darts. Knife hit 3, maybe even 4. They knew they were all there. I'm not sure FUT should be losing this round.
Granted, it's the time between that first contact and the first pick is a big distance. And
it pushes them down to an eco.
Once they have that first pick, Vitality, they seem to not be slowing down at all.
I think the best way to describe
that's a big sign that Vitality should be kind of fine with this, because that is a round that they should not be winning.
But it always, you know, may not go right depending on someone is looking the right direction. It takes a lot of coordination to pull something like this off in such a small amount of time.
Yeah, and for Captain, he's tagged down fairly low. Remember, the buy from FUT here certainly isn't a pretty sight. The silver lining for them is that Killjoy has got quite a bit of control over in mid here. Does Kix anticipate Yetajay's position? Bear in mind the utility on B is still active.
I think highlighting this playstyle of this map and how these teams are tested in the mid-round, I think it really gives attention to
it might be something like that slow flow. You might be completely right. Okay, solo fake with the who do they just do this as their anti-eco? I'm pretty sure it was them the other day that did this. That's a lovely shot. Wait, this is kind of doable because they know that someone's isolated, so they should focus on this person that's isolated, or at least all flood into B site with everyone. Yeah, if they kill this, then the 3v fine. This is not comfortable for Vitality, really. Lovely, it's fine.
But he's got it all covered eventually, and now it's 3v5.
Chat, 3v5.
Come online for FUT as well. This could get very damn scary for Vitality.
They should be winning this one. They shouldn't be losing against pistols. But hang on a bit, Runner might have a spray down across them. Gets a little bit nervous here as he misses the mark on a couple. They can't let their opponents pick up any guns, or else it could all be over very quickly. Runner, what is this spray? Safe alone, but he's tested by cracks. And that's on the board with a thrifty round.
It's not just a 50 round, Pavlos. It is a dominant round.
I mean, a lot of this was down to Yetajay and then Mr. Fallon as well, just knowing that he can kill the person that was solo over towards B.
In the afterplant, solid round from them, and unfortunately for Vitality, they've also fed a
Has there been a FUT timeout? Yeah, there was a FUT timeout in the first half when they lost like 2 in a row.
Going into the next buy.
Runner there. Yeah, I don't know if he was relying more on the sprays because he knew that they were like low buy, so maybe he knew they were light armor or no armor. But yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, at least it happens to everyone. The kid's crazy good, so it's almost nice to see that they're human at some point.
Mess around with Turkish fans. They are quite the hype ones.
Spike down mid.
But now with the Indian crowd ahead of them, it seems that FUT are looking to close this gap up. Especially with Vitality on an eco here and a player down.
Right.
Absolutely right, Vitality. Only 4 players to work with here is, even though the buy is not great, the Today Storm on Runner is going to try and get a bit of impact as he sort of makes his foray through mid. The last time he tried to go for a high duel against
how old is Runner? I think he's young. I think he's 18 or 19, I'm pretty sure.
CNET has an operator now.
Again, similar to the previous half, CNET. Respect granted mid. Runner. Oh,
it's unlucky with this
one. A couple of rounds where it's been a bit rough for him.
He's 20. Okay. Relatively close.
So for duel on short now going to be equally as impactful. Mr. Farland just tries to get the hell out of there. This is the setup for this A-take, but FUT, they've rotated perfectly for this.
they have. Seems like Vitality can't catch a break. But to be fair, both sides would be inhabited by plenty.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
What
god!
happened to my stream there?
Runner is a Jod, and now the captain. I mean, enough fun, he says. Let's close this all out. Kicks. Moving into Yetterjay, off angle, but cannot.
There's
quite
no
collect
way
it.
they win this though, right?
Mr. Fallen from a distance.
Hey dude, what's going on with my stream?
Oh no! Runner turns his back, and there you have it. Vitality. Well, yeah.
Okay, nice peek from Mr. Fallon there.
Or FUT, rather.
Come out on top. Operator Ashraf Pavlos.
Yeah.
We suddenly have a bit of a back.
Thoughts on
game
Yetterjay?
hands.
Yeah,
You
looked
see
like
the
a good
lovely
pickup,
crowds
right?
here.
Looks
Over
pretty
in
good.
Bengaluru.
Hey, look at all those friendly waves.
You see that little light at the back, Pavlos, at the end of the red carpet?
Yeah, that's a trophy. That's what these two teams are fighting for.
That's exactly why they're here.
We haven't seen much of him,
This,
but
we're actually
what we have
approaching
seen
a
has been very good.
monumental game, monumental part of this game, right?
He also,
It's buy round
I think
where
not just
Vitality
fragging,
loses,
he
they
also
probably lose their
seems very
eco.
good at just taking a lot
Well-meaning
of space
down.
once
Are set up for a 2
information
consecutive
is
rounds.
gathered
You
from the rest of his
both.
team.
You can't let that happen if you're Vitality.
Yeah, and it's going to be down to the ability to try and mitigate the impact of CNET here, but here comes
Go
that
for the
number
V
one.
split, Killjoy,
Vitality, they changed their
can't
base
really
Pavlos.
send
It's
it
gonna
no
be a
flash.
much faster round as
Smoke
well.
again to
Then
help their
FUT
team
maybe
in
used to.
terms of stair hold.
Flank as well, that's going to come from Omen. Vitality, if they want to get on this side, they've got to do it fast.
Wait,
The spray doesn't work, but then the second time's a charm, I reckon, and a captain.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Shut
If they
down as
reset
well.
now,
Vitality, though,
if they cancelled,
they still linger
could definitely
around this
cancel.
B side. Haven't quite made the decision
Yeah,
of
this
pulling
is a
the
good
trigger on
call.
this attack.
they cancel knowing that there's probably two sight.
FUT in position here. CNED timing doesn't quite favor him
Mr.
there.
Fallon,
Vitality
oh
just
boy.
engage.
They made the right decision to head towards Mr. Fallen here, but he can trade his life.
He did enough, man.
With the spike, the
All he
headshot
really
from
had to do was
inside
get
from
one.
the shadows. Fuldestrian, get him there just a little quicker.
What's a bold angle to teleport onto? He
30
just about
seconds
survives though. 3 versus 3 after
Killjoy ult, and they shut door. Killjoy ult for Killjoy ult, maybe insta Killjoy ult.
And after plant utility already established for Vitality. There's the counter lockdown, Pavlos, and the abilities start to come out.
I feel
Like the idea of the round the world
them
once he's
waiting
done the
it out.
ult
I
as
don't
well,
think
because
they wanna
you
go
might
aggro in
hyper
this
focus
one.
thinking that Killjoy is over
That is a
towards
no
long,
man's land area for
over
level
towards A
3.
main,
Wait,
because
once
that's
the
where he
press
did
is
the
out,
ult, so I
they
love the
see it
reposition
left
on
on
this
site
as well.
purposely.
And he has mollies that he's setting up to buy enough time.
As well from Sender, Pavlos.
This is a very
Up
nice
short
run from
now.
Sender.
Gonna have to play aggressive with this one. Gonna have to challenge the
Gets
position.
half.
They got the defuse halfway, but
Yeah, this is
Vitality
honestly
make sure
respect
that
to
they
Sender.
close
They
this
didn't
round
even
in their
consider
favor.
a short
All
here.
players win their trades, and that
Um,
means Vitality get 2 rounds closer.
Yeah, very good
to
run from Sender.
that,
Loved
glorious
as well
standpoint.
from Sender here. Loved the cancel over towards B. That was 100% the right move.
Let's see how they're going to do now with. I think they have enough money for another buy, so it's still a little bit to work with. But what
I think
they
Mr.
don't
Fallon's
have is
gonna
Vitality just to
think
hop and
that he
skip
could have
away
done better
from
here.
closing it out and taking us to
And
sunsets.
on paper he did
FUT
enough,
only
but I
3
think
rounds
he could have
separate
got 2
them
as well.
and their European counterparts. Operator wants to get on CNED. Odin
CNED
wants
up.
to Farlin.
Yeah, that last round win gave so much breathing space for Vitality. Yeah.
Money is relatively low.
It's the finances that are really the
For
big
FUT.
killer of games like these. CNED on mid. Timing and
Bro, what is
Sender
Sender on today, by the way?
Sends it to the
I
That's
think that round, that
mad.
kill might have
I've
made the
actually,
difference about who
he's
was
looking
gonna be winning
incredible.
this match.
Calling's been really good.
CNED not
Aim's
connecting
been
that
really
shot.
good.
Might be the downfall
Brain
of
and just the play's
the
been
first
really
map
good.
of this best of 5 grand
Damn,
final.
bro, we're still using bad mollies over towards short.
FUT, patient.
You know this second grid on the floor? It should be like 4 to the left in terms of your molly. You can fill up the whole of short with your Killjoy mollies if you place them right.
Forced to save this one. There's no other way they're going to be winning this round.
They've got to. They need that operator out on CNED for the next round for Vitality.
So that should have been a kill, but
my Pavlos,
that can get
something
better.
clicked there. Once Sender found that opening frag, Vitality realized that this was their round to capitalize off of.
Yeah, and they got no
accelerate
money,
onto
so they
that
kind of
A
got to
site,
save
and
here.
Runner does such a good job with those entries, Pavlos, consistently. He's been
Who's
there for
Joe's
those
a 6
entries.
setup, yeah? Yeah, and dude, it's so easy. There's like 2 grids over towards here, 2 like grates, I guess, and this one you just do. I think it's on the left of this grate, and this one is like in the middle, like more up on the other grate,
hunting a little bit here as well.
and it just gets every single corner. There's a little gap that you can be here, but you can just spam it. And I mean little gap, you can only just have like one person there.
There's only one round needed to close this out.
Yeah, and to win the first map of the best of 5, not only does it sort of help you a little bit when it's your opponent's map pick.
Sender today, bro. Yeah, I don't know what he's on. He looks great. Like he was probably one of the question marks for me on this team, to be honest, in terms of like what is he gonna be like calling. And he's calling and fragging well.
And it's a quite change of pace from what we saw at the start of this match, right? Where FUT were able to control the tempo, we're able to breathe. But now it seems like they're a little bit more confused as to what they have to do. Vitality having the answers to anything FUT bring to them.
Yeah, and for FUT this time out, off the back of it, it's got to be 4
Doesn't look worse mechanically. Sometimes somehow it looks better mechanically.
Quite a game. To be honest, the entirety of FUT haven't really had a sort of standout round where our players come alive. We've seen sort of 2-3Ks from the likes of Krax and Captain, but you need more than that. You need to have that.
Excited for EMEA? Yeah, EMEA got a big boost. Big boost.
There's got to be that pressure there, and I feel like this timeout may actually be direct.
I feel like there's a lot of teams that upgraded this year. And they kind of upgrades to like new up-and-coming talent as well.
It is a long series after all, right?
So
even if you lose this map, you've got to be able to
yeah,
come
a lot of
back
potential has been found.
There's
honestly still like 4 or 5 upcomers in terms of EMEA who I think maybe could have been picked up, skipped the mark, but there's always next year. I think K-Corp is pretty good. Yeah, so do I. 4 chances for Vitality to close this one out. Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about K-Corp saying, oh, I expect like K-Corp to be bottom of the like bottom of EMEA. I think I saw Sideshow saying that as well. Bro, K-Corp are like a top 4 team for me in EMEA, I think. Like I think if I was doing a leaderboard, I would probably have them 4th, maybe 3rd. The timing on this is madness. Look at that, that's insane. They still managed to get out. I can't believe they get out of this situation with only 2, like with pure trades. Top 4 in EMEA, not in the world.
Oh, and Senna's position is read by
kind of depends on Magnum's call.
Flankception, Pavlos runner in main, wary of the omen, but he needs to
and Tamazi on Sentinel. Wait, 2v3 to close this out into a 2v2. They're in good positions now. Destrin has a smoke.
They know runners back in garage.
This is a hard retake because you kind of think that Destrin is going to play close and swing off the contact of B main here. But he just plays back at sight.
Destrin could hide within a smoke. Valbus at least touch it. Destrin not going to reveal
wow.
Position.
I mean, yeah, enough time for sure. Okay, that was pretty impressive. I mean, CNET did good on that.
Yes, they do! DQ successful. FUT on 9.
What's around there from FUT? And you know what's interesting? Both Blade Storms got committed instantly. Runner, it feels like almost a bit of shaking confidence. The fact that he didn't commit it instantly makes me think that he had it planned as, you know, a contingency for rounds in the future. Should they lose that 2 versus 2, he then brings it out on the first contact, then instantly dies with it. And so that's certainly going to harm him, at least psychologically, going into the final 3 rounds of regulation.
Have I seen them play? No, I mean, I've seen one show match from them, but I know their players are good, man. Again, I think Martin is like one of the best up-and-coming duelists.
And it could be the difference maker in this one.
Something else to mention as well is with no
like him and Runner are gonna. I mean, him, Runner, Kiko. There's a lot of up-and-coming duelists this year for EMEA. But I would maybe have Martin on the top of that list.
A really important kill here by Destrin.
I mean, that actually is a massive kill. No smokes on the defense. They do.
Yes, Krax is there, but does he even risk peeking there?
They're trying to do a Vitality cosplay and play over towards A main. Goes wrong again.
Don't want to take up this face. Instead, it's just a lurking role. As Vitality
Camo from Koi. Haven't watched him play, so maybe I should be. Maybe he should be on that list.
No, here's the Owl drone and thinks better of it.
Yesterday is going to have to do some absolute heroics here. Flash goes in, Vitality. This will still be probing efforts. 35 seconds left though. It looks like it's going to be one big elaborate fake. Destrian getting
my, this is going to be weird.
The dagger only
this is going to be so weird.
So I think the fake is read by FUT. Look at the roster coming into this A side. Mr. Fallen taking the fight. Sender able to trade it back. But Cena is here, stopping them in their tracks. 20 seconds. Vitality need to move in quickly. That is Crack stopping them in their tracks. And now kick safe. A 2v3 with barely any time. Have to win it out. Yatajay is there.
Really 4v5, by the way. They managed to pull this back with 3 people alive. That was madness. Mr. Fallen went for such a bold play. Such a bold play.
Everywhere. And I tell you what, for FUT, that's the confidence builder, especially once they see the state of Vitality's economy.
Screen news? Nah, nothing at the moment.
I believe a timeout is going to be called here fairly soon from the members of Vitality, and it makes sense. They just need one, Pavlos.
Last time I brought back Coach Tremor was to sort of give FUT some advice.
Yeah.
Right, so for Vitality now...
So the 4 chances are cut in half, and this one chance they have... What a weird buy, bro. They have it's relatively good still, because Stingers are kind of strong, and attack Odin is like deadly. So attack Odin, rifle on the kind of on the raid boss at the moment. Well, now they know they have an Odin.
The initiation to some hyper-aggressive plays. Our drone only just shot down, and that shot dart will be able.
Wait, they get through the choke point without taking any damage? Oh, this is a very scary round for FUT. Mr. Fallen has no oh boy.
Mr. Fallen, Yatajay get the kills, and there's no trade for Vitality.
Doing it with a shorty as well. That's got to really hurt. Bear in mind that Mr. Fallen here, every bit of damage is going to stack up. Vitality, yes, will control the market, but there's not much else.
It's Destrian's time to get them out of this pickle. But he moves away and tries to regroup with his team, allowing out a captain come in for a flank. Kicks. Tries to close up. Yatajay from another angle. And a captain comes in on them. The map is all shutting down for Vitality because there's nowhere for them to go.
13 bullets. And the longest reload in the world. Damn, 3 chances. They have one more chance full by... I don't know what ults they have.
FUT, they made a comeback to overtime to win in overtime against Gen G. Will they do it now against Vitality? 1 round is the difference maker. And for Vitality, they tried something fairly fast there. Having 5 players stacked up outside of B suggests a full execute, a full blown, full fleshed out assault. But FUT do such a good job at delaying with that killjoy utility.
I'm about to be happy with that one, for sure. It was, I believe, 12-8 was the score?
Yeah.
So 3 consecutive rounds have put FUT at an arm's length away from overtime.
You think every time they hit Omen? Yeah, it might be that.
Makes you wonder, Pavlos, doesn't it? What on earth
but teams do fake with Omen sometimes. But yeah, it might just be a read for just them. Okay, timeout comes in. You could argue this is a little bit too late, considering that the 4 chances are down to 1 last chance. But I felt like the round prior, the idea wasn't too bad, and they honestly got out through the choke point.
Or they're just going to commit to something and not give them enough time to react.
I feel like for Mr. Fallen here, you're not really going to outsmart him. You're just going to have to hope that you can outpick FUT, which is what Vitality were doing beautifully sort of up until
Cnet still has the op, Mr. Fallen has his ult. Okay, Killjoy ult is the big one at the moment. Killjoy ult and 1 away, so they could like get an orb. I mean, there's so many calls you could do. You could definitely get an orb, you could definitely fake with an Omen Killjoy, etc. if you wanted to, so we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe they've done too many fakes. Oh boy, Cnet's had enough.
Look at this push, thinks better of it as his dash starts to run out of cooldown. We'll have to take another fight later on.
Takes a little bit of damage here.
Might hinder his confidence, but given it's Cnet, even with 1 HP, he'd go in.
Yeah, I think if anything, it may annoy him a little bit.
What would I change in Koi? I would have picked up like Cupid or something. I would have picked up an IGL, man. I don't like their calling.
Destrian has been able to find picks here before, but this time around he doesn't have the help of Safe with the underarm flash.
Down to 17 now, Pavlos. Maybe it will harm his confidence. Mr. Fallen. even in Spawn, just going for the info play here.
Yeah.
Look how passive FUT are being.
Yeah, and they're not being challenged, right? So there's no reason for them to change their game plan.
Yeah, Vitality, a little bit of control now, pushing up to market, Mr. Fallen. What can you do?
Or at least I
Can
didn't
you
like
keep
their calling from
FUT
last year.
alive
Maybe it's
with
got a lot
this
better. Who
B-side
knows?
defense?
Killjoy comes in.
Lockdown
Looks like a
into
B
the
split. These two on
Lockdown
site.
for FUT. Hunter Story to take it all down. That's going to give away Mr. Fallen's position, but Cena is able to open it all up for FUT.
Wait.
Getting closer to the score they needed. Two at the
Wait,
back
he
of the
missed?
site. They are detained,
Ow.
so there could be easy pickups. Oh, runner, do you expect another one to be there? Yes, you do. Cena trying to draw it back, but it's still a 3v3.
Dude, he missed the ult.
This garage pick from
Where did
Sender.
where did they put it? In the corner? It was on top of a box. Were there no pings?
At least he's taken one
It's a little bit
down
harder
with
now
the
because you have to hit all
he's
three,
still done enough,
but
him being here means that FUT need to waste time to try and deal with him. Runners try to help out, and he's coming right on time.
oh my god, it's literally all because of the ult missing.
Win map number 1.
It's almost poetic. Pav lost that. Vitality
Oh, that's
have
so
run us to
gutting.
deliver that killing blow.
He didn't reach, you reckon? First one of the first one that he did. Yeah, you might be right. We didn't fully get to see it on our screen. That is devastating. Because it felt like the comeback was on there.
They've got to be very happy with that one indeed. Vitality